8 points up when Charlie Curnow kicked that goal with 3 minutes to go. As we're looking at the celebrations here, Melbourne, clearly what a relief for them. Absolutely stole that performance. So Carlton have been beaten up by Adelaide in round 20. They got beaten up by Brisbane in round 21 and then lost almost the unlosable last night as the Melbourne players continue to celebrate. So let's look at some of the mistakes that Carlton made since Charlie Curnow put them 8 points up with 3 minutes to go. Let's go to the screen here. Look at Max Gawn drop out. Ben Brown did the ruck. You've got to squeeze in on Max Gawn. You can't let a dangerous player just on the edge of 50. That kick from Pitnet, it's got to go boundary. Goes to Max Gawn here. We're going to come in and see the 4-on-2 in the goal square. You've got to kill that ball. Young doesn't do anything. McGovern doesn't put a fist through it. And there's Melksham taking that contested mark in the goal square. I thought it was an ordinary smother effort from Walsh, who wasn't fully committed as well. So there's one mistake that they made. That cost them. Now we've got 1 point. Curnow marks the ball on the wing. Beautiful. You've got control. You've got an uncontested mark. Does the right thing. Finds Harry Mackay on the wing. We've got 1 minute 16. You don't lose this game from here. You don't lose it. You want to go back and you want to kick it. Oh, he's perfect. Fine. You've got control of the footy. You're getting instructions right on the boundary line, exactly where you want to be. Oh, he hits the ball on the ground, which means Saad's got to play on. All you had to do was hit that kick. Saad's got to find one more, and it's game over. The ball comes out, it comes back in. Carlton 3-on-1 here. You've just got to block Ben Brown out and mark that footy. Mark that ball with 48 seconds to go. Game is gone. Now Melbourne have got an opportunity to set up. We've got Saad behind the ball. We've got 2 spares for Carlton behind the ball, and we've got even numbers at the stoppage. So as this plays out, we're going to speed it up because we go to another stoppage here. So what are those spares behind the ball doing now? There's 3 of them, remember. Ball comes out, goes back in. This is just so smart from Lever. He doesn't want to kick it down to the 3 spares. He goes inboard, takes a bit of a risk, 3-on-1. They're going to win the ball here through Hunt. He's going to drive through. Had an awesome last couple of minutes. And then he kicks the ball inside 50. Where have Carlton's spares gone? Remember, there was 3 of them. Where are they gone? There's no 3 there. They're all even numbers inside forward 50. Carlton had to have a spare inside 50 behind the ball to kill this. Kozzy Pickett, brilliance. I mean, he works some magic. Too good, really, on the day. Game over, but Carlton will look back and go, we lost an unlosable game.
Oh, mate. That was outstanding. Fantastic forensic analysis there, and that's where the opportunity was lost. It was a massive opportunity lost. Michael Voss, post-match, was trying, though, to take some positive out of what happened.
Bit of detail. Last couple of minutes, didn't quite get right. So I guess it's easy to sort of focus on that 2 minutes. It's a really exciting for us. I've spoken about it during the week, about just the opportunity that's there, and it's about exposure for us. We're playing these sorts of games. It's just it can only be a good thing for us.
So, Lordy, they got to within 15 seconds of being booked into the 2022 finals. I mean, you were at the game last night. You noticed the body language of all these players you're now seeing, and particularly the coach, Michael Voss.
Yeah, so we're seeing him here. He's with his players. So watching it live, this is as bad as a home and away loss gets. That's as bad as it gets. I've lost the prelim by a point, but this is as close to what you get with a home and away loss. But Bossy, he stands on the bench with the players, obviously coaches from down there. He just started charging off on his own, disconsolate, hands in his pockets. He was going to head straight down to the rooms. Just as he got close, he thought, I already triggered, I can't just go off and leave my players there. He turned back around, walked 60 metres back. He tapped every player on the bum. He and Cripper walked down arm in arm. So I reckon he's got a thought to himself, I have to be here with my players. We've got 1 more week to try and salvage and turn this around. So I reckon it just ticked off in his brain as he was charging off that ground.
I mean, the way you describe it there and the scenes that we saw, the players sitting on the ground, I mean, that's the sort of stuff you see losing teams in the grand final, isn't it? Yeah. Could this be the game that turns it around for Carlton? Like, quite literally make or break?
Well, I think he'll look at the positives. He will highlight the mistakes that Kane just showed, but he'll say, we had no Chera who pulled out late, no Hewitt and no Kennedy, and we still went toe-to-toe with them. So that's a positive he'll take. I just want to look at a negative for Melbourne, and it's Ben Brown's issues. So I highlighted Charlie Dixon last year and his issues. So Ben Brown is a key forward who's not taking many marks and he's running under it, but he's going with the 1 claw as well. So I'm not sure how he's thinking he's going to take a mark of the foot in. Some might say, is he trying to tap it down? Okay, well, let's go. There's 2. And let's keep looking at Ben Brown. So he took the odd mark. That one again running under the ball, so that's 1 mark. So his timing is right out, and then he's also just putting the 1 claw up. So we see here, 1 arm up, so his positioning's terrible.
Lord, you've been all over this for 6-7 weeks now. So is there the prospect that he's left out, and with Melksham's form, they go with Melksham, Fritsch, and Gawn maybe playing as more of a permanent forward?
Well, what I thought was telling last night, they started him on the bench. So I've never seen Ben Brown start off. He was on within 5 or 6 minutes, but they started Gawn forward, Jackson in the ruck. So it's something to think about because of how poor he's going.